Hey everybody, it's Wednesday night and it's time for Super Geeked Up!
Woo!
Woohoo! Yeah! Hey everybody, my name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Super Geeked Up, your live weekly geeky pop culture show. If you've never seen us before, we're going to do some fun geeky chat, play some zany geek-themed improv games. With your suggestions in the chat, we're so glad a bunch of you are already here. I'm usually joined by my amazing co-host, Fernandez. He is not feeling well today, though, so please wish him your best. However, I am luckily joined by two amazing people who have been on once before, but it's been a while. They are from the Dungeons and Randomness podcast. It is Jason Massey and Brianna Marie.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, Thank you for having us.
2 years, I want to say.
3 or 3 years, probably. It sounds like
a while.
Yeah, because we were at the old place.
Yeah, geez. Okay, yeah, it's been a while then.
All right. Well, hey, so thank you for coming back. It's great to see you. Brianna and I were on a panel together at Dragon Con, and then I saw Jason there too. So that's how we kind of reconnected, which was great. Thank you, everybody. I see a whole bunch of people already in the chat. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. I see some new people. Maybe one of your fans is here. Thank you.
Hannes.
Hannes,
I'll save it. I'll save it.
Yeah.
Hannes.
Thank you. I was going to do my best try.
I've fallen that sword 1,000 times for you. That's me. I've mispronounced his name over the years.
But I see, Kaz, Lister's Maid, Lizzie, Jalou, Chaz are all in the chat. Thank you guys, Scorpio. Oh, okay. One of my former students. There's a little inside joke between him and I. Waffle. Oh, you said the Arrowverse. Waffle Arrows. That's right. Waffle Arrows. That's a little. There we go. Thank you. Thanks for watching, man. Yes, thank you, Scorpio. I will pass that on for sure to Francis. I hope he gets well soon as well. Julie says, no, Fref. So if you're new people, folks, Fref is the ship name of me and Francis. Francis and Jeff makes Fref. So, yes, what a world. All right, so don't worry. He'll be back soon, folks. Anyway, so we're going to talk to Jason and Brianna a little bit later in the show about Dungeons and Randomness. But we got some cool geeky questions. We're going to do some games, including superhero camera freeze. We're going to do Ultimate Geek Championship. Lots of geeky stuff in the thing. Chat along there, folks. I'll share your stuff as we go along. But for our first super geeky question is, what fictional characters would be the best to explore a dungeon with? Since, again, this is very, I think, good for our guest here for what they do, which we'll talk about later. But they have an RPG podcast, actual play podcast. So what, and in the chat, please let us know, folks, if you actually had to explore. I mean, I'm thinking of, like a fantasy dungeon, not like a
right.
Is
this like typical, like there's a dragon and we're going to take his stuff? Is that the dungeon?
So, I mean, you can, again, in the chat, you can, I guess, interpret it as you like. I was thinking more of what you just said. Right.
I thought BDSM dungeon.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, can we have that conversation right now? Because that'd be great. I'd love to go into it.
Okay, so if it's a BDSM dungeon,
that changes
my answer is totally different.
Yeah,
because I was going to say the kids from Goonies, and I'm definitely not bringing that to a BDSM dungeon.
You are on a list now. Did you know that? Like, right?
No, that was my answer. If it's like a goblins or dragons or something, we were trying. Because those kids are great at exploring dungeon-like things, like discovering pirate ships and treasure, right?
Wrong so fast. Like,
well, if it wasn't for Jason, bringing
one fire blast and that's a really sad day.
That's only because a lot of people die in our world. I think that's like.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be. No, why does everybody have to die?
They don't have to.
If there's a dragon involved, I feel like there's a level.
It doesn't have to be a dragon. I was thinking more like just, less intimidating villains or enemies.
Like more haunted house dungeon. Yeah, like more. Yeah, like it's, you know what I mean. Like you know what? Same answer for BDSM dungeon. Ash from Evil Dead. I think he'd navigate both very well. I think we'd make it out just fine.
Communication is key.
Plus, honestly, you want some levity. Because, an hour into the dungeon, spirits need to be lifted, right? Like, you kind of want there to be some, some quips.
I don't know. I'd want someone who takes it a little bit seriously. I'm not sure if I could handle Ash. I don't know. Because it's also an open invitation where it's like, okay, but if you're going to be walking around a dungeon for a while, who do you just want to have a conversation with? Because
that's true. You're right.
Because, like,
I definitely agree with you there. Because there's dungeon crawls. Just when I'm playing a game, can get real dull.
Right. Like if it were only the action portions, I'd do something like Kirby because it's like, oh man, so versatile, but not a great conversationalist, you know? So,
You're looking around I love your plushies behind you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, Pikachu, I guess, is also, well, if it's Detective Pikachu, I suppose could be a good conversationalist.
That's true.
You know what you want? You want someone who glows.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. Like Tinkerbell?
Okay, my mind immediately went to one of the sidekicks from Sky High, but he was the annoying one.
Yes. He was kind of annoying.
Like that was his thing, but he did get to date the goth girl at the end, so good for him.
That is actually very impressive because I liked her, and she turned into like a little gerbil.
A little gerbil, but like she had like this purple stripe on her still.
Actually, a lot of those Skyhead kids could be good in the dungeon. Actually,
yeah,
I think.
The fire one would be helpful, and technically
his
that's
name was
light.
War and Peace.
Oh my gosh!
I swear to God, that was his name.
I'm so glad someone knows as much about this as I do.
Why?
This is good.
No, I never learned like how to play the piano, but War and Peace from Sky High is right up there.
How can you not remember that?
I mean, it was gold. Someone dedicated that to the page, and then an actor spoke it. I gotta,
And as some of our viewers, like Tammy, say, he was smoldering. That actor.
He was. I liked that character. I also liked the plant girl.
Yes, that's Danielle Panabaker, who would go on now in Flash for many years as Killer Frost.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
That was her first. She was a superhero long before she was ever on the Flash. Yeah.
Jeez.
I think.
Do you have a choice?
I did, and then I forgot.
I'll share some chat ones, and then you can think.
Yeah, sure. I need some
help. We got
help.
lots of great things in the chat. Scorpio says Wolverine and Scarlet Witch. Wolverine for Brute and Scarlet Witch for Magic. I can see where you're going there. That's good. Yeah. You got your mage, and you got your more like warrior type guy. Sycamore Matt, who's been on our show before. I love this choice. Lara Croft. That's my favorite video game character.
I almost went with her.
And great choice. Obviously, that's what she like tombs, caves.
Thing, right?
That's her thing. That's what she does. I can't
Could it be
believe I
the
didn't think of that.
Angelina Jolie version? Because then I could double up the BDSM dungeon and the regular dungeon
Indiana
too.
Jones. Is that what you said?
No, the Angelina Jolie.
Oh, Angelina Jolie. Ah.
I liked her.
Oh, I was like, is she into BDSM? Is that what you're saying? Or you would like?
Well, she played Lara Croft in the 90s,
yeah, she
right?
did. Yes, I like that first Lara Croft movie. Yeah, she in the early 2000s. Yes.
Early 2000s. I always do that. I'm always
she
exactly
always, like anything before her time. It's like it was the 90s. Like it was
everything's the 90s. Citizen Kane, that was the 90s.
90s.
Yes. Okay, I think the cockatoo from Citizen Kane, the one who woke everyone up. That's my person to go.
All right. Well, I guess that would alert all the evildoers down there that you're there.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
Do you know what? Ever since you said,
or maybe it would scare them away.
Ever since you said Tinkerbell, the only thing I can think is Navi from Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. That's the only thing. That would be terrible. I would hate that. Like she would light up the place. Like she'd do that.
I feel like if you could actually talk to her and it wasn't an N64 game, it'd be fine because you could go, "Shut up, just don't."
Julu, that's true. The actors of the Kids from Duties are adults now. They could be into pro BDSM. Sure, absolutely. Chaz says he would go for Yoda for a normal dungeon, not a BDSM dungeon. Yep, Yoda would be actually great. Also, he's a lightsaber, so he lights things up.
That's true.
I was actually thinking Luke Skywalker because, I mean, besides the Jedi stuff and yes, the lightsaber, but he was in the trash compactor, so he's used to being in slimy, gross places, kind of like a dungeon. Also, in the cave in Dagobah, he had to go through the cave there. So I think Luke has some experience in this.
I think I have like the ability to like get into small places and like be flexible and small. So I think I'd need someone to be like the muscle, So I'm thinking like maybe Pietro from X-Men. Because he's He's
You like
very
your
big
fire?
and he can punch.
Wait, do you mean
He's the iron skin guy, right?
Colossus?
Yeah, Colossus.
Colossus, yes.
That's not Pietro, is it? That's
No.
No,
I
I'm
thought-
thinking of Quicksilver, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
that's
you're
why I thought
thinking of
Quicksilver.
one of the versions of Quicksilver. The one of the MCU was Pietro, and then Quicksilver, who was in
Okay,
X-Men
what's
First Class. was-
Peter
What is Colossus's
Peter
name?
is his first name, right? Colossus'
Yeah.
first name? Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that simple? I thought it was something foreign.
Well, he is Russian.
He's like
He is
super Russian.
He is
Yeah.
Russian, but
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
Russian,
Peter,
but, like,
I think
It's
that's why I thought it was Pietro for a second, because it's like, well, he's Russian, so it's got to be like it starts with a P and it's weird.
Can I say, okay, Rob in the chat wants Nick Cage from National Treasure. And now I'm thinking, let's just get a bunch of corkball actors. Like it's like, okay, we got Nick Cage. We need some like Willem Dafoe in there. Bruce Campbell can come back. Let's get that in there. Maybe some like just a bunch of weird actors.
Oh, I missed him. The Rob of Wonder. Thank you for watching. Thanks, man. Let's see here. All right, cool. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Why not? Right? Nick Cage would be great. He's great in anything. Sycamore Matt says Groot.
Not great for conversation, but I like it.
Good,
Would be
good
handy.
companion. Yeah, handy.
Yeah.
Chuck, hello, Chuck. Thank you for joining us. Comics are fun. He says, no one has said Samus yet, actually. Yeah, that's good. Bilbo Baggins from the Kaz.
Aw, yeah.
And he can go, but he has Sting, right? The sword.
Mhm.
And if he has the ring, he can go be invisible, right?
How, like, the other thing is some people are doing groups, and I'm like, can I just have all of the dwarves? Can I just
Yes.
have the whole group? Because that's great.
Sure. And the dwarves are good for being underground, right? That's
Yeah.
all their thing. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
I'd just be along for the ride in that case. Like,
They're definitely good at singing for 45 minutes before they get to anything in the dungeon. I'm sorry. I
Well,
dislike
wait, don't
those.
as a DM, wouldn't you like your players to sing for 45 minutes, Jason?
I don't know if that's good for
Valerie's tried.
Yes, we've had a couple of cast members who have taken choir and they want you to know. So that
Yeah,
Jamie,
man.
yep.
yeah.
Oh, the Shizmate likes that. All the 7 dwarfs. He's with you there, Brianna.
That's what I meant, yes.
Let's see here. Jalou says his first team would be Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Ensign Ricky. Wait, was there really an ensign named Ricky? Or was he just
It
represent
sounds
like
familiar,
all the red
but he might be
shirts?
the red shirt.
Yeah, because Ricky is an odd name, I feel for. Hey, Ricky, come on.
I need to look it up because I'm pretty sure
We got Alan
Oh.
Quartermain from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
it was a throwaway Family Guy joke, Ensign Ricky.
Thank you. Some good, quick searching there. Hey, Tammy just joined us. She says Xena. Oh, Xena would be perfect.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great choice, Tammy. Brandon Fraser from The Mummy. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. Tombs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Egyptian tombs, right? And stuff. He'd be good for that. Oh, yes. The kids from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon in the 80s. I love it, Tammy. I love that cartoon.
Jesus.
I know before your time, Brianna. Not the 90s.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
in the
aware
90s.
of it.
Yeah, it was
I'm
just-
aware of it.
It was right next to the Spice Girls, right there.
I've
It
seen
was
the
right-
theme song. I've seen them get on the roller coaster and then go, and I've seen the Dungeon Master, and that's about it.
All right. Well, that's good.
That's honestly, that's most of the show.
I actually have the
That's-
DVD in my shelf behind me.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it though since I was a kid. I gotta rewatch it. All right, great. Those are all great choices, guys. I love them. Awesome. All right. Oh, now we're okay. Now speaking of songs, we're playing the hey, Ricky, You're So Fine. Wait, is that just the name of the song, Ricky? It's
Ricky.
It's an 80s song.
yeah. It's from
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's her name? I forget her name.
Oh my God, it's coming too. Tell us in the
Yeah.
chat. It's also I know exactly what it is. Oh, Mickey. It's Mickey.
Mickey!
By
Okay, I almost said it.
Basil.
Tony
Tony
Basil.
Basil.
I almost said that, and then I was like, no, they're definitely talking about a different song, and I
No,
just
you're
don't
totally
know.
right. The for some reason the Ricky, I could not think that was actually Mickey.
But look, if any of us knew the Bring It On soundtrack, it's probably me.
Oh no, I love Bring It On, man. I love Bring It On. So I'm with you. And they do that at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That song. Okay, good. All right, thanks, guys. All right, let's see. Let's go to we got other geeky stuff we're going to talk about later, and some more geeky games. Okay, I like this, Tammy. Her youngest daughter, Annika, loved D&D Kids, started her on them, and then He-Man and She-Ra. Good job, Tammy.
Aww.
Good parenting there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, Julie wants the Marvel furry dungeon crawl. Squirrel Girl, Beast, and Wolverine. I like how he puts Wolverine because he's so hairy, I guess.
I take offense to that because I am equally as hairy as Wolverine, and it's a curse. I just don't get cool claws or anything. I just
yeah. Well, maybe you could be a member of the X-Men though.
I guess if someone
It's
needs,
true. They got that pterodactyl kid. They got they got all the weird ones.
Oh, I would totally be in the Brotherhood of Mutants, like the cast-offs. It's like, well, there's the guys with thorns all over his face, and
no, the pterodactyl kid went to the school. He just got like two little like stories, and then they stopped panning over to him.
There was a pterodactyl kid.
I didn't either.
He actually was a pterodactyl.
Yeah, he was. Okay, so his thing was he kind of looked vaguely like a pterodactyl, but he was like really ugly. And he could fly, but only short distances.
Okay.
So it's like...
And at first he couldn't even fly. Like he needed to be taught to fly. And then it was like 5 feet. And like, that's it.
That's all he has.
5 feet.
Yeah.
To look like a pterodactyl. Like that's
I think he was there to be like, yeah, not all the mutations are positive. Like sometimes nature just doesn't give you cool stuff.
So was he the kid of like the character that was in the Savage Lands? And like... Or is it like a reimagining or something?
No, he just went to the school.
He was in New Mutants comics are fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he just attended the school because they collected all of the mutants, even the ones with powers that just seemed really unfair.
It's good to know that even Professor X's Academy had special classes. It's like that. Like that's not fair. That really is.
Yeah, that was kind of the whole point of his story. Was like, ooh, not cool.
Chuck also tells us Ricky was by Weird Al. Okay, that makes sense. The song Ricky, Weird Al Yankovic. So Rob, I love this choice. So many of my 80s things I love you mentioned here. Classic D&D makeup 80s crossover group, Red Sonja, Willow, love the movie Willow so much. Treyu, the Never Ending Story, I believe that is, right? And Wesley, Dread Pirate Roberts. Oh, such a great, that's like a perfect.
Yeah, that's
well done,
really
Rob.
good.
You
That's
won the
nice.
internet today, Rob. At least the show you did.
I haven't thought of Red Sonja in decades. Like that.
Well, because you come on our show more. We talk about her. Pretty often. She gets brought up fairly often on the show.
I weirdly have a bunch of her comics, like her old comics.
Yeah.
Like
and she's
I
still going
inherited
strong
them.
now. Even they've been doing her pretty recently too. Red
Yeah.
Sonja comics. Yeah.
She has some really pretty covers. That's all I know because I need to go back and read
The artwork's
them.
beautiful in Red Sonja.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, folks, thank you for all that. We are going to do our first game here, Geeky game. It's called Superhero Camera Freeze. So we need, give us some fictional characters you would like us to play. You can put those in the chat. And how this is going to work, we're going to play a character, and we're going to be communicating, though, kind of like we are right now, through some kind of webcam, or if we're in some sci-fi world, maybe through some kind of Star Trek type communicator or Star Wars holographic communication device. But as we do the scene, fortunately the technology is just going to not be working perfectly, right? So at any point, if somebody says something, the other person can say something to the effect like, what's that? Your camera froze, or I didn't catch that. Something like pretending that the camera froze up, and then that person is going to have to redo that line and say something different, okay? And any of us can call that out anytime during this scene, and we will go along until I call an end to it. Hopefully, fun point. So let's just says you should be She-Hulk. Are you cool with She-Hulk?
I know of She-Hulk, and I know quite a bit about her backstory. But doesn't she just talk kind of normal? Like she's just a lawyer, right? Like
yeah, she's just.
You don't have to talk weirdly. You can just talk. You don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't. All the character, like Invisible Woman, she's not. They don't have to. You don't have to have an accent or anything.
Yeah, cool. I'll take She-Hulk.
She is a lawyer in real life, and then often an Avenger.
But she's still green because she's just green all the time. She just likes it.
She is, which I like.
That is, again, a perfect representation of sometimes mutations aren't fair. It's like, yeah, you're just hotter and green now. So you get to keep your job. And
Oh, I see. You're saying that's a good mutation, right?
I mean, as they go, like
No, it's pretty. I mean, maybe you don't like the green thing, but you're right. You get an amazing body. You're super strong, right? Athletic.
Right.
you're
Yeah.
crazy fit now. And then like you look at your cousin, it's like, oh yeah, this could be way worse. I'm gonna yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
good.
No, she's totally got the better deal with the
Right.
Bruce Banner did. Yeah. She doesn't have out like crazy rage like she can't control.
Right.
You can give She-Hulk a Creole accent if you want, he says.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah, the Creola. Yes, that's her real name is Jennifer Walters. Thank you. You're going to make listeners make day because he loves She-Hulk.
Okay, I gotta do a good. I'm doing my research right now. I'm at the Marvel database, and God, she's hot. Anyway.
Oh, she is absolutely. I'm 100% with you. I can't wait for the She-Hulk series on Disney Plus. Actually,
They're doing that?
Yes, with Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black is playing She-Hulk. If you know that show at all.
Okay.
Yeah. They are. Yes. We don't know when it's coming out yet. Maybe 2022. But they are making it. Yes. All right. So anyway, so other choices, Jason, for you to choose from is you can be Invisible Woman. You can be William Shatner, who I guess is a fictional character now. You can be Ben. You can be Ben Grimm, the Thing, aka the Thing. Any of those strike your fancy?
Honestly, one, I agree. William Shatner has reached that point where it's like,
You
yeah,
wanna
he's
be William
basically
Shatner?
fictional. No. I don't think I could do a good
You're
Shatner.
disagreeing. that he's
I'm
fictional.
just agreeing. It's like, yeah, basically, he's like a unicorn or something. You know what? I'll be the Invisible Woman. Let's go.
All right, you'll be the Invisible Woman. I guess I'll be Ben Grimm then, the Thing. All right. So we got all. I'm trying to think. Was She-Hulk ever? She wasn't part of the Fantastic Four ever, was she? I mean, she's mainly an Avenger usually, I think. But there's been so many. Who knows?
There's been so many.
Yeah,
Like
maybe she was. Anyway, they're all Marvel people. We got all Marvel's characters now. Jason makes me think of the guy from Home Improvement. He says,
God, I hope not Tim Allen.
No, Al, the one who's competent.
Yeah, I'll take Al. Yeah,
Al was great.
Yeah, I could pull off some flannel.
All right, nice. All right, folks. Shatner has become a legend, the cast says, and he played a lawyer in Boston Legal, right? He did indeed. Yes, he was in Boston Legal. Okay, folks. What are the Thing, She-Hulk, and Invisible Woman talking about on this important call? We're all on this video call with each other. What kind of important topic are we talking about? Tell us that in the chat. Oh, she was an FF regular during the John Byrne era. Thank you. I thought somewhere in the back recess of my mind I remembered her being in Fantastic Four. We're arguing a case like a like a law case, even though only one of us is a lawyer.
I was about to say, I feel like two of us are at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that feels a little heavy on me.
Although I want to see the Thing as a lawyer, like.
Well, give us a topic of the case, at least, then the rest we can like give our idiotic opinions on it or something, even though we're not lawyers. All right, folks. And remember, folks, as you're doing that, remember you can, she was an honorary Avenger and in the Fantastic Four. All right, cool. Good to know. Thanks, guys. They're giving us a lot of information on that. Folks, give us a scene, though. I need a scene. I love it. I love all this information you're giving us. It's very impressive. But I need a scene to do here for the Thing, She-Hulk, and or Invisible Woman. That's who you are.
That's who I am.
You're a very sexy Invisible Woman.
Thank you.
You're okay. So now you're a judge, a magistrate presiding over a traffic ticket.
So not only wait. Not only do you have an edge, you get a promotion. The She-Hulk thing gets more and more unfair. I got to tell you.
All right, here's some other suggestions. The Fantastic Four is suing their landlord for delinquent repairs to the Baxter Building. I guess we could all say we're in the Fantastic Four. Let's say because we've all been members of it.
Sure, yeah,
fair enough.
Or we're discussing a fender bender.
That said, I do have a tiny hammer, so like.
Oh, I love it. I love that you just had that there.
Things.
She-Hulk could be arbitrating an argument between Ben and Sue. He keeps leaving rubble in the I kind of like. Okay, so how about that?
That sounds great.
They're trying to decide pizza toppings for the weekend gaming session. That's good too. But let's do that.
I like that one, but they're calling in She-Hulk. Like,
It's like we need you
to decide on this because
All right.
you're a lawyer.
How about maybe we can work on multiple things, but let's go with the main idea that the Thing, which is me, and Invisible Woman, which is Jason, we're arguing about the shower, and She-Hulk is trying to, I guess, resolve this dispute between us. And then also maybe we'll talk about pizza toppings and doing chores and who knows what else, whatever. All right. And remember, just in case you forgot, folks, after all that, this is called Superhero Camera Free, so any of us can kind of pretend like we didn't hear it, and then the person will have to redo their line. All right?
Love it.
All right. Everybody ready?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to try to do my Thing impersonation, which is probably, I feel like, sounding like Sylvester Stallone.
Perfect.
Hey, Sue, what's the problem?
You know, you practiced for it, and I wasn't ready.
I told you. I warned you.
Hey, yo!
I'm the Thing. Yeah.
The best impressions are the ones where you have to say your name.
That's what the Thing does. He tells people who he is.
Hey!
Sue, what's the problem? Hey, I just took a shower.
Why am I here again? I don't.
No, because this is an intervention. Now, I was going to have a private conversation. Now it's an intervention because.
Sue, you kind of broke up. What'd you say?
Because we need to order pizza, and.
Great idea. She-Hulk, what do you like on your pizza?
Did you call her She-Hulk?
I think that I prefer pineapple on my pizzas. Because
I
I am a.
Wait, well, we didn't hear that.
I definitely didn't hear that. What was it?
You won't even let me have it in fake.
Nope.
Okay. I would like a meat lover's pizza to fuel all of my muscles. And.
Oh yeah, I love the meat. Big juicy meat. You like the? I hear that you like too, Sue, right?
I think my camera actually froze. What is happening?
She's taking the game literally. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's switched to some other thing. Try to go to your settings and adjust your video.
1 second, my thing's frozen.
Or you can just leave the call and try coming back to.
What a way to get
you can
out
also
of
just
this
keep
game.
doing. We can keep doing the game though while your audio.
Yeah. I usually prefer my meat a little stretchier. Maybe extra cheese, something like that.
Oh, okay. That was a little TMI, but all right.
Look, I think you pooped in the shower. I'm not positive.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
I've seen the things you do in the shower, and that's TMI, to be honest.
All right, I froze. What did I miss?
Listen, Sue is talking about putting cheese on Reed's dick or something. I don't know. And she doesn't. She doesn't like.
When I left,
shower.
you were the one talking about meat. I heard
that was 8 days ago.
Listen, She-Hulk, you gotta improve your technical abilities here. Listen, you work for the Fantastic Four.
I didn't hear you.
Listen, She-Hulk, you gotta improve your sex dungeon abilities. All right.
I have not heard any complaints until tonight, and I am furious.
Well, that's true. I have read some good Yelp reviews about that.
I believe this all started because the Invisible Woman was upset that you kept getting your rocks off in the shower. Is that correct?
Listen, yeah, I can't help it. That's who I am, right? The rocks just fall off of me. What do you want me to do about it?
Well, how does this make you feel, Invisible Woman?
Wait, I thought you were a lawyer. Are you a psychiatrist now?
Can I just say? I'm still stuck on the fact that you're telling us you eat meat lovers pizzas, and I don't think a pizza's ever touched your lips. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't think. Look at you, like you're statuesque.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I've slimmed down a lot. Thanks.
You're a different kind of statuesque.
I don't understand what you're saying because I can see right through you. You are so thin.
Oh, never heard that one before, have you, Sue? All right, I think Sue's camera's broken.
If you pun at me this is Jason. If you pun at me one more time, I am just going to freak out.
Jason, what'd you do to the invisible woman? What the hell? Who is this guy?
I didn't hear you. What was that?
I would like to feed you a meat lover's pizza, is what I'm saying. It's always been my dream. I didn't think you'd be into it, but now, well, that's all I can think about.
Whoa, I don't know who he's talking about, but hey, let's get this pizza order real fast.
So, are we good with the pizza? Are we meat lovers? Everyone good? Everyone?
Yeah, that's fine.
We good?
Sure, great. Let's go. All right, end the scene. Let's end the pizza. Let's just end we all agree on the meat lovers pizza.
I swear to God, my computer took that way too literally. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it was great. It was a perfect game to happen to.
Honestly, so okay, it was the microphone before the show and then the camera during the show. Let's get you all new wires, just all new.
I don't think that was the wires. My computer just froze, and it's been doing that lately, and I gotta see what's going on. But anyway,
Chuck says that was too much meat for her camera to handle. Listeners mate, Shiok in a BDSM dungeon. #Marvel Comics porn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that definitely exists.
Totally exists.
Oh yeah.
I actually know of one off the top of my head. So
I'll ask no further questions.
Anyway,
I love how these can't come together. Scorpio says me in the game. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed that, man. So wait, do you do a lot of puns to Jason normally?
This was a gift, but yes.
Yes.
I was able to hide behind She-Hulk, but honestly, Jason's better at puns than I am, but it's like his curse. Like he hates it, but he does it anyway.
I'm basically skin wrapped around dad jokes. And it's
what was the one? Oh, you and Elle were at Walmart the other day, and there was a Minecraft calendar. And Jason was like, "Do you want a Minecraft calendar?" Like jokingly. And she went, "No." And he's like, "Yeah, I get it. The holidays on that are weird." And she took the bait, and she was like, "What do you mean?" And Jason, what did you say to her?
I said they creep right up on you. And she stopped walking with me. And I thought for a second she was just going to leave. Like, just, that was the end of our marriage. That's it. And I wouldn't blame her. Like, I'd understand. Like, it would hurt, but I'd get it. You know? Well,
before we went live, we actually know his wife was sending him some text, but we never found out exactly what it was. So maybe that's that. Maybe
can't wait. Yeah, maybe. Well, it started. Okay. If you ever get a text from a significant other and it begins, "You love me, right? You're not allowed to make fun of me," and then it's just the ... as they type. That's gold. That's going to follow that, right? Like that is a Christmas gift, and you
don't know what it is yet, right? Because we started the show.
I didn't want to be
rude. This is great by the restraint on your part to do the show and wait until afterwards. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. She's right in the other room too. I could just yell and find out, but like, nope, I'm here.
I would love it if she was watching and she just types it all in the chat and just shares it with everybody. All right. So yes, I'm sure Brianna will absolutely slip you those She-Hulk comics. She was.
If you're talking about no, I'm talking about there's a live action version. I really okay. I'm just gonna go real quick. I really liked China when I was a kid, the wrestler. And I followed her career. Let's just put it that way.
Oh,
let's just put it that way.
All right, I got you.
So,
hello, Pierre. Thank you for watching, then. Appreciate you tuning in. We just stopped. We just ended Superhero Camera Freeze. Thank you guys for your suggestions there.
Probably for the best because it was dirty.
we're going to talk about Halloween movies a little later in the show. We're going to do Ultimate Geek Championship. But right now, we're going to talk more to Jason and Brianna about Dungeons and Randomness. So, one of you, would you like to first tell people if they have not listened to your show before?
Yeah, I've gotten good at this spiel over the years. So we are, at least for now, a D&D podcast. We play D&D for a living. There are 4 groups on our show. We've been playing the same campaign since 2012. In April, it'll be 10 years officially. We are wrapping up our Arc 4. The beauty of the show is that you don't need to listen to anything previous to understand what's going on. Every arc, it's a brand new set of stories with new groups, the same cast, and we kind of mix everybody up. And in Arc 5, we're going to be doing a lot of streaming. It's going to be a lot more visual. We're doing a ton of different stuff, and we're switching over to Cortex Prime because we figured that'll let us tell a better story. D&D's a little math heavy, and it kind of gets in the way of storytelling sometimes. So yeah, there's a ton to it, but yeah, we're working on our second setting book of at least 6. We know that. So Bree, you take it.
So I'll just add in there that I saw it because I was on the panel. I got to see one of the setting books, and it looked beautiful. It was awesome. At least the cover I got to see at DragonCon.
There's a whole bunch of pages in there too. It's she's died. She died.
She was actually frozen. I just realized. I thought she was just like really intently.
That's what I thought. Or she died in her eyes as I spoke, because that happens too a lot.
By the way, sorry, wait. Oh my God, how do you say the name? How do you say the name again? Hannes. Oh, Hannes, thank you. Wow, being up at 5:45. So you are somewhere in Europe.
He is Swedish.
Awesome. We've had some people watching early in the morning before in Europe. Thank you for watching, Hannes. You're a devout follower of Jason and Brianna. He wants you to tell the Beholder story, or she. Excuse me. I should not assume.
No. It's he. So
okay.
One of the things, I was already on this trip. By the way, Bree had to restart. Her computer just flat out died. So probably going to have to get that checked out soon. But I run a bunch of Patreon games on our Patreon and stuff. So I do 4 for the main show for the cast, and then 4 for Patreon, and then a bunch of other stuff. But that group was fighting a beholder. And that fight, how can I describe it?
Because again, not everyone on our thing is super familiar. What does a beholder look like?
So a beholder is essentially a floating basketball with a single eye in it and a bunch of tentacle eye stalks that fires laser beams. It's pretty cool. The reason that it's been around for a while. The way I would describe this fight is Math came into my office and then laid on top of me and got heavier and heavier for 3 hours. That's how I would describe that. It was as fun as it sounded. And I cursed every single one of our patrons. And yeah.
Oh, is that, damn it. See, we have patrons too. I didn't realize I should be cursing at them to get more money out of them.
Only when only when they earn it. And here's the thing. They knew it. They knew the entire time. After the first hour, they really just kept putting the screws in, and it was bureaucracy. The game. That was.
Oh, sounds amazing. Sounds lovely. Chuck says, "I've never played D&D, but I have some books to play." Awesome. Hey, it's never. I actually, a few years ago, I started. Never too late to start and give it a try, or any kind of RPG, not just Dungeons and Dragons. That's just
totally. There's a lot more graspable start ones, to get
Brianna,
going.
Do you have any recommendations for people just starting out on a certain game?
See, I started playing D&D, so that's tough. I heard a lot of good things about Jason. What's the one that Rob loves? The D20 ones.
Savage Worlds is one.
Savage Worlds. Yep.
He's a big fan of Inspectors, Rules Light type of stuff.
Yeah. Inspectors has 1 page of rules.
It's much more conducive to a setting like this, where you have a prompt, you're playing for a little bit, and you can play for 2 hours, you could play for 20 minutes. Yeah.
And there's a lot of them that you can find online, like for free. And it's just like, here's how you try it. And you can just get your friends together on Discord and give it a shot. If you don't like it, you didn't lose any money, but it's super fun.
Yeah, I'll, from my experience, some of the ones speaking of ones online for free, there's actually a game called Lady Blackbird, Lady Blackbird. That's literally like a one-page thing that's free online. That's I think the first one I ran. But Fate system, I've always said, super awesome, I think. Great rules light system, and there's also Fate Accelerated for even lighter rules.
I'm almost positive Fate was the one I was thinking of.
There's a bunch.
We brought it up on the panel, and Fate's great. You can play any genre you want. Apocalypse World is another pretty rules light system that a lot of different games and genres have used now. But yeah, there's tons of stuff out there. So lots of things you can try out. And yes, Pathfinder is a huge one, absolutely, based off of D&D, an older version of D&D. Boy, what are these? Tell me what these other acronyms, unless you guys know.
NWAD?
I'm not sure.
I don't know NWAD.
And BESM? I don't. You have to tell me to leave those.
Oh, man, I feel like I know these.
I feel like I should know that too. All right, anyway, tell us what those are. This is
I know one of them. I had to Google it, but it looked familiar. BESM is big eyes, small mouth, and it's an anime one.
Dragon Con, they had a book there, the publisher or whatever. I was actually looking through. I think it was them. Yeah, I saw, but I was reading some of that recently. Big
Do you know how much I've spent over the years going through the vendors hall and their small publishers putting out RPGs? Look, this is just RPG books, and that's not all I have. Like it's a problem. But
it's a good problem.
Yeah.
It is, but now I got to play all this stuff. Or
New World of Darkness is the other
Vampire 5e. Yeah. We actually just got done a campaign of that.
Oh, like the Vampire the Masquerade and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Julia. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
A good DM makes or breaks a game. Yeah. Players are very important as well, though, of course, too.
Dude. It is.
That's definitely true, but it's definitely very collaborative all around, I would say.
Yeah.
Now, Jason, you DM, right, the stuff, and Brianna, so you've been a player, right, during the whole campaign, is that right?
Yep, I've DM'd once in the entire time, and it was a one-shot, and it was because we hit a goal on our Kickstarter. But yeah,
did you like that?
It was fine.
That octave.
I like to be a player.
Well, sure,
I like just thinking of my little thing.
So each arc, was Jason say, do you play a different character? Is that what you've gotten to do, Brianna?
Yeah, I've gotten to play quite a few characters, and I'm excited to play a new one this coming arc. Do you have a favorite character of all the ones you've played on this show? Definitely the first one I played, because there's a nostalgia factor, and I also played her for the longest, Jadzia Grace.
Oh, I like the name, because Jadzia is a great name. PS9 character, yeah.
100%. That is where it came from.
Awesome.
And
what was she?
She was a warlock, and she was attempting to get her soul back. That was the only reason she was adventuring, was to get her soul back. She started out in a pretty not cool army, but she pulled out of it and fell in love with a big beefy tiefling, and now they live together in Esterholt, where she is the mayor, and they have little twins, and it's just the cutest thing ever.
Nice.
And I love them.
Big beefy. They must order a lot of Meat Lovers pizzas.
True. Yes. And we have joked about things that he's left in the shower in the past. So.
Oh, like our scene then. Good.
Yeah.
It's a universal problem, really.
Hannes, is that right? Hannes, did I get it right this time?
Hannes.
Oh, got close. All right. Sorry, Hannes.
You're right there.
It can be the best DM in the world, but if the players are toxic, the game will collapse. Is an excellent point.
Absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah, like it's all like it's completely two-sided thing, right? It's like a good game of D&D is kind of like tug of war in a way, but like no one ever wins because you're there to set up stuff. Your players are going to kick back things that you've never thought of, and then you take that as inspiration to do something new, and you just keep it going. It's a bad game of D&D is when players either don't get into anything you're doing and just kind of sit there, or you got one person trying to ruin the game for everybody just because they want to kill, steal their friends, all that stuff, like the classic trope stuff.
Yeah,
or the DM who wants to murder everybody.
Mm-hmm. And I'm of the firm opinion that like sometimes a game just isn't for one person in a group, because the group all has to agree on the type of game they want to play. You can get some people that disagree on that a little bit, but if one person wants to play a certain type of game and the other players don't, that's just not the game for that person sometimes. And it can end up being toxic just because they're not getting what they want, and some people are jerks when that happens, but just go find a different group.
Yeah, no, I remember we talked about that on the panel we were on Dragon Con, that I said I've definitely left games before just because it just wasn't my thing, and it's totally cool. I'm still friends with those people. It just, it just wasn't the right fit, and that's totally fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's totally fine to walk away and try to find something more your speed. Yeah. So this is an inside joke. SGU Chess says, what no lady face slap game? That's a recurring thing on theirs. That would be interesting, Chaz. I don't even know how that would work. I wish Necrodius was here because he was the one who came up with it. Jeff is great at finding gateway RPGs. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy, when you played Action Movie World with me, was that the first one, Tammy? I know Tammy played, actually, I ran a few Young Centurions she was in, which is a Fate accelerated game, where you play pulpy teen heroes in the 1910s, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a fun game. All right, cool. So did you guys say you're wrapping up your latest arc?
Yep, we're almost done.
Yeah, we got like 3 more episodes, something like that. And then we kind of go into our off season while we're changing everything over. We're changing what table we're playing on, how we record the shows, how we edit them, how we stream them, everything. So it's a lot of work this time.
Mm-hmm.
When is there, for people who are interested, is there a certain day they usually come out, the new episodes?
Every Sunday night into Monday morning. Just we try to get one out for the work week and with the regular work week. I've never had a regular job where you do Monday through Friday. But yeah.
Okay, I'm with you, man. That's not my job either. I don't have a normal job. So all right, yeah, for weird jobs. Folks, you can go to D&R podcast. That stands for Dungeons and Randomness podcast.com. And you can get all the information there. And I'm assuming they can also, of course, find it on their favorite podcast platform.
Yep.
The regular stuff. We actually just put all of our classic episodes in a brand new feed. Yeah. So you don't have to scroll down 15 years to get, because we've made over 400 episodes in 10 years. Like it's impressive. You've beaten us. We've done like 330 something. I'm impressed. Well done. It's only because we just don't stop is the problem. Like we do one every week. Yeah. We're too dumb to quit. That's
awesome. That means you love it. That's good. I love hearing that, man. So many shows peter out after a short run, but that's great. Very impressive. He's following you and Jason and Brianna on Twitter now. Thanks, listeners, mate.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, folks, you can go to @DNR Podcast for Jason and @HexManiac Marie for Brianna there on Twitter. Give them a follow. Good. Hannes, I got it. Hannes.
Bingo.
Has also not had a regular work week ever. All right, good. We got 3 of us now.
Well, I'm sure COVID straightened that right out. I'm sure that you got plenty of vacation time. You're doing great.
Tammy says Action Movie was the first one that she played with me, and she got to do scissor kicks. All right, nice. Action Movie World, I highly recommend for folks. It's one of my favorites. You play actors playing characters in an 80s action movie is what happens.
That's neat.
Okay.
And we've actually done it at Dragon Con the past 3 years, including once online. So we have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. And you guys are actually, besides a lot of panels, you do your Dungeons and Randomness, right, at Dragon Con as well?
Yep, we do a live show every year. This year we got the big room, which was awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
Very good.
An hour blinked by, man. There was so much prep work and time, and then you spend 2 hours standing around being nervous, and then everybody walks in, and then it's over. Like it just
Yeah.
I don't remember half of it because it just
Yeah, I know, right? That's why for the Dragon Con I convinced them to let me do our live plays, our actual plays at the end of the day, so I can have like 2 hours if I need it to do it.
That's smart. Yeah.
But you're right, 'cause it's tough, man. It's tough in an hour to fit like a game like that in. But well done that you did it.
Thank you.
All right. Oh yes, I forgot. I'm sorry. Lister's mate was trying. He's working on here it is, I think. He wants to write an RPG that's based on a worldwide food fight. So it's very interesting. Because I'm trying to imagine how that would work. I know Lister's mate loves the idea of throwing pies in people's faces, like Three Stooges-esque stuff. Is that where you're going with Lister's mate? Is that the vibe, like, or is it something else? Like, I don't know. Now I'm imagining, like, I don't know. So worldwide. So maybe there'd be different food factions people would belong to or something. I don't know. Anyway. Yes,
I have so many questions.
I know, right? It is. I have a lot of questions about that now.
It'd be really hard for that to be worldwide. Like,
well, maybe just in the game, like you're playing different people.
See, I was thinking immediately, literally, and it's like
literally. Oh, maybe he wants to do that too. Actually, he'd probably be down with that.
Does this start in like one cafeteria and just like spreads, or is this like a like storming the beach of Normandy where they're just like paint a picture?
The cleanup, like.
Right, like
it's like how like zombie stuff spreads, but for some reason everyone just has the need to get into a food fight. It starts somewhere like it's spreading. I can't stop. Can't stop smashing this pie in your face. Yes, like inter ballistic missiles or something. Whatever they're called, ICBM. I don't know. But they're throwing food instead. That's great. All right. So, all right, folks, let's go on. So anyway, dnrpodcast.com, folks, please check them out. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Listen to them. Listen, if you really, you got 400 episodes. So if you really, if you're looking for stuff, you got tons of content, man. Tons of content.
If you're looking for something just new, we're going to be starting that new arc soon, and you can jump right in there.
Okay. Yes. And he says, so the maps would be from Google Maps and atlases, and the different foods would do different damage. All right, I see that. Yeah, maybe you got to roll different dice depending on what food.
So, like, when this
like a tomato maybe would be 1d4. I don't know. And
right. But like, what if I just bake the lasagna? That's got to do some heavy damage, right? Like, I'm just.
Well, that would have to go down over time, right? Like, it would at first lots of damage, and then like each.
But you're right. But it would be continuous damage, right, over time as well. Like
right.
Almost like you were poisoned, right, or something.
Yeah. But like, if you let it sit out for more than an hour, then that would go away because there's no.
What I'm hearing is we have a lot of work to do before we publish this. That's. I mean, we
next year's Dragon Con. That's the book we'll be bringing. Get it? You can pre-order it now. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs meets World War III. There you go.
That was immediately what I thought too. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, anyway. Not
that it instigates World War III.
The fact that all of us have been avoiding the cinematic masterpiece that is Food Fight. I think that shows tremendous restraint.
Is that from before I was born?
No, sadly it wasn't.
What are you referencing?
Food Fight, the terrible Charlie Sheen.
Oh, the animated movie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You know the story behind that? So Food Fight was an animated movie, kind of DreamWorksy looking back in the day. And it was supposed to be finished in like 2003, 2004. So a bunch of stars from that time when they were popular did this movie, and then all the footage was stolen. So they took whatever money was left and just redid the movie, and it's horrifying.
It's the worst animation you've ever seen. It was also to sell a bunch of brands for grocery stores. So like there's a bunch of like the tuna fish tuna is there, and Mr. Clean, and like they're all there because it takes place in a grocery store.
They released it 10 years later. So like Hillary Duff, come see Hillary Duff as it's like
a teenage Hillary Duff.
Yes, like
she was the main love interest. She was the raisin lady.
Charlie Sheen, who
she's the love interest of Charlie Sheen.
Yes,
that's gross. He was an adult then.
Yes, like
but he was also an animated dog, so I think the laws are different.
Okay. Was she a dog as well, an animated dog?
No, she was like a girl. She was a cat girl. She was a cat girl. She had cat ears.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Like a literal anime cat girl.
Well, I understand. The footage was stolen. What was it, like on a hard drive that was stolen or something? Or
I have no idea.
I don't even believe that's the case.
They don't have any backups. Like I don't get this.
So here's the thing. There's an original trailer where the animation looks fine. Like it looks 2003, 2004, fine. And then this thing, whatever, it's so bad. Like
I'd say look it up, and maybe if you're one of those types of people who like watching bad movies, that's one to put on the list for sure. We watched it. It was bad. It was great.
I am waiting for a documentary that covers all of it. I gotta watch it. I know. I need to know.
All right. All right, folks. It is time before we do some more geeky chat and games. So thank all our awesome Patreons. Folks, you can go, if you're interested in supporting us, patreon.com/supergeekedup. Thank you. That's the heart. I appreciate it. Any amount is super helpful. It's just a monthly thing. You can do $1, $2, whatever it is. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody who's already supporting us. If you pledge at $2 or more per month, you get access to our after-hour show, which we do immediately after the main show, including tonight. And actually, Jason and Brianna will be joining us for that, where we talk more geeky content. And this Friday, we're doing a special fandom episode as well. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So please go there and support us if you can. So what we like to do is we call our super shout out patrons at $10 or more a month. We give them a super shout out during the show. Francis usually does this, but I will do it today. We usually say something weird for each name. And since we've been talking about food, I'll do a food theme, I guess, but maybe you guys can help me out. So if I run out of food options, or funny ones at least. So thank you to Maria and Justin Duran from KLI Brand, best pie in the face throwers ever. Big thanks to Craig Allen Poole, who loves getting lasagna poured over his head. Rachel J. I'm already out.
The best raisin mascot I've ever seen.
Thank you. Victor Snyder. Jason, what about Victor?
Loves the taste of durian. Just loves it.
Okay. I saw that from, I don't even know what is durian fruit?
Oh,
durian's that. Oh, God. It was in the chat, too. Holy shit. Yeah. It's like a really smelly fruit.
Yeah, but it like tastes like meat from what I understand. I've never had it, but I've heard it tastes like meat, and like some people really like it.
All right, cool. Speaking of someone who likes big meat, Tammy Anderson.
Wow.
Tammy Anderson, thank you so much. Johnny Pappas. Brianna, what about Johnny?
He is voiced by Charlie Sheen.
Okay, great. I don't know if I like that or not, but
that would have been profitable. Wow.
He's a dog voice Charlie Sheen in Food Fight. Terry Field, thank you, Terry. Jason, what do we know about Terry?
Terry, much like Pepperidge Farm, remembers.
Okay, good. Big shout out to Zendria, who likes her food nice and spicy. And of course, big thanks to Jalou, Brianna.
They are right behind the soda and purple stuff.
Okay, great. There you go, Jalou. He's in the chat, actually. So there you go. That's where you are, Jalou. And last but not least, thanks to Cethos, Jason.
The perfect snack to take to school.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Let's chomp it into a nice Cethos. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you guys for helping out with that. Thank you, everybody. And if you're not at that level, anybody who's supporting us, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. By the way, if you are watching and you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button that's underneath your thing and the like. And that would help us out. We love it if you keep coming back and watching the show. All right, a couple of quick notes here before we go on to more geeky stuff. Folks, in 2 weeks, we're going to be taking 1 week off, just to let you know. We will be here next week as normal, but 2 weeks will be off. And after that, also, we will likely be moving back 1 hour after our week off to 10 p.m. Eastern instead of 11. Just to let you know. Although, again, please feel free to chime in if what you think about that. But we're probably going to do that. And this Friday, we have a special fandom episode, which we do for our Patreon supporters. It'll be 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, which you'll, if you're on just go to the Patreon page and you'll get access to that. We are going to, this week's topic, or this Friday's, is spy movies with new James Bond coming out. We're going to talk all about different spy movies, spy shows, that kind of stuff. All right. Cool. So thank you guys. So one last thing, folks, if you've watched the show, obviously you know I have a web series I did called Super Knocked Up, which is a comedy about a superhero got pregnant by her superhero nemesis. But now I'm doing it as a Kindle Vella series. Kindle Vella is a new thing Amazon's doing, short episodic episodes that you kind of read on your mobile phone or on your computer. And I'm doing the thing now as that, so I can tell the whole story, because we did not tell the whole story as a web series. But a new episode will be out tomorrow, folks. I'm going to upload it tonight. It should be up tomorrow afternoon. So if you go to supergeekedup.com, it's right on the homepage, a link to where you can access all that. And best news is you can read it for free, because the Vella, you can always read the first 3 episodes of any story for free. And if you haven't used it before, they'll give you 200 free tokens, which is how you unlock episodes. And you can read the whole thing for free with those tokens right now. But that still gives authors, the free tokens gives authors money through Amazon. So it helps us out by you using those. So it's good for you. It's good for me and other authors. So check it out. And check out all their stuff on Kindle Vella, because they're not really doing a good job promoting it on Amazon. So unfortunately, so I would love it actually people actually find it and check it out.
Maybe they're just trying to make a written Quibi. Like they're just like, maybe that's what.
Oh yeah, it's Quibi, the short things, right?
Right. Like
yeah, the 100%. I think they're trying to just take over that thing as well. That's what they're doing. Which is great if anybody actually knew what Vella was.
I didn't know it existed until this moment.
If it's an Amazon joint, I think you have the money to advertise it a little bit more, guys. Come on.
I mean, now you will see it on their main page sometimes, but here's the thing. Every person I meet, I have to tell them, this is what Vella is, because I know you're not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever heard it.
Exactly. That's the problem.
We have a store on Amazon and they've never told us about it. Like, they tell you a whole bunch. It's like, did you know you could be selling this? It's like, well, we don't make quilts. Like, they tell you stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be great if they told you this.
I had no idea.
Like here's the thing. They bombarded authors. Like if you were an author, which I already was, we got emails all the time saying, Vella's coming. Make sure you have your stuff ready for launch. We're launching. And I did. I actually worked super hard to get it ready right before the launch in July. Wow. And then I felt like after that, it was like, why did I fucking do that? Like, now here's the thing. It actually worked out because they decided, after I think some complaints from me and other authors, they did these nicely. I always politely complain. They did what are called author bonuses. So actually, I am making some money through that way. So it actually was worth it because they decided to do that. Without that, it would have been ridiculous. But
right.
So by doing that, folks, by going there, reading it, liking it, following the series. You can do a favorite series every week. That helps with the bonuses for me and all the other authors. So it can still be worth it for us. And I am hoping it'll take off. They'll do a better job. More people.
Yeah.
Because I like it. I actually really like the episodic nature of it and like telling these short things rather than having to write a whole book.
Yeah.
It's part of the Amazon store, right?
There's
okay. I asked a loaded question.
Great question, Jason.
Because the tokens thing confused me. It's like, but I have money. Can you take money?
That's the I have a webcomic app that does something very similar to that. In fact, it's the exact same thing. It's 200 tokens per chapter, but like after a while, that chapter gets released for free. Like once time has passed, I think. Okay. But
yeah. So you can access it from the website. You have to click on like Kindle, and then Kindle Vella falls underneath that. But you do not spend your money like normal things would. You must buy tokens, and then you use those tokens to unlock episodes. Well, again, they do give you free 200, so that's good. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. It's probably going to be about, in terms of money, about 30 to 60 cents per episode. So it's cheap.
Right. It's just weird.
It's a weird system.
I bet it's a thing where, like, if you have a Kindle subscription, you get a bunch of free tokens, and that's why they're pushing the token system instead of money, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why they did it, but that's what they're doing.
But it sounds really cool, and everyone should go read that and
support
it. Yeah.
We released our book in the middle of the pandemic, which hats off to us. And we had a Kindle version. And Amazon said, thanks. We're going to give it to everyone who has a subscription for free. And we're like, oh, thanks. Like they just did that. There's no way to opt out of that. Like
you mean the Kindle Unlimited? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I can tell you because I've been doing a lot of books this last year because actually I started really publishing when the pandemic hit because I needed extra money. So for my main job. So you can actually, you can choose to enroll or not when you first put a book up in Kindle Unlimited. Kindle Unlimited, folks, is where people can pay $9.99 per month and they get access to anybody who enrolls in Kindle Unlimited.
Yep.
I believe it may automatically be, you have to uncheck it. I don't know, but there is a screen. There is a screen where you can check or uncheck it and it enrolls you in a 90-day thing. You can go and uncheck that at any time. And then when the 90 days ends, it'll take you off. You can after the show. If you ever need any help, I can take you through it.
Yeah.
The book, we reduced the price of the book now, but when it first launched, it's like, hey man, that's like $60 book. Maybe don't do that. Like just like.
So for that kind of thing, you probably don't want to at that price point. So for some, I actually stopped doing it at first. But again, think of my books are like $2.99 because they're just regular like digital books, right? The paperbacks are more, but. Some people do it because, and I put my books still in Kindle Unlimited when I first released them because I think it helps with the search results on Amazon.
Sure.
I'm sure it does, yeah.
But after that 90 days, I actually have taken them off now because I've started doing them on Barnes & Noble Press and Kobo and Smashwords and all these other sites. And I'm actually making a little bit more money that way than through Kindle Unlimited, like what they call going wide, which means beyond Amazon. Amazon does Kindle Unlimited because they want a monopoly and they don't want they want to put all other booksellers out of business. And they try to get all their authors to go and buy and do it, right? Now, really, it would be great if all authors did not do it and just said, "Fuck you, Amazon."
Right, exactly.
We're not doing this. But a lot of authors do it because, I get it.
It's easy. Like,
look, we should all say "fuck Amazon," but
right. But it's easy, right? Yeah,
it's so fucking convenient.
And I will say, I mean, that's how I'm making most of my money on publishing it off of Amazon. So, and it. And they are very good actually with getting back to me customer service wise. And
they are, they've always, as a rule, if you're a content creator, always go wide, go everywhere. Everyone, if they'll take you, go there. Like that's it, because why not? Like
All right. Yes. No, you're totally right. That's great advice for content creators in general. Yes. Well said, Ashies. By the way, yes. Oh my God. Thank Jason. Hey, let's give it up for Jason. Just supported us on Patreon. Woo! Thank you, man. That's so nice.
I can be part of the after show now. I did it.
You could have today anyway because you're on the show. But thank you.
What after shows after this now?
Yeah, the after show, the BDSM show. You'll be. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That's,
of course.
Awesome. So let's see here. Scorpio. Okay, it's good. Scorpio's fine with 10 o'clock. Okay, nice. And by the way, Scorpio has actually read all my super knocked up episodes. So thank you, Scorpio. And he left a nice review. I appreciate that, man. Very much. It is. You're right. Let's just make one last thing, and then we'll move on. I don't want to make this a Kindle Vella show, but it is available on iOS. So on your iPhone, you can download the Kindle Vella app and access it that way. It is not available for Android yet. I'm assuming in the future they will make it for that. I would hope.
They didn't have that at launch. They're Amazon.
So that's another thing. I don't know if maybe they have some special arrangement with Apple. By the way, I think it costs slightly more if you buy it through the Kindle Vella app on iOS rather than if you do it through the Amazon website.
I have so many questions.
Probably because of the platform fees that Apple's charging, I would guess.
I guess.
But anyway, you can, folks like me, I don't have an Apple. I have an Android. You can just go to the website. And the link I have up there, so you just read on the website, just like a Kindle book, right, or something, whatever. So you can still access it. Everybody can access it still. It's just annoying that they didn't make it for Android on launch.
Yeah.
Send it to us.
It's also only available for American audiences right now, by the way, as well. And American
Amazon.
Fuck it, let's narrow this. You know what? Only if you're in Cincinnati.
That's right. If you're within a 50-mile radius of Cincinnati, you can read it.
We got to bend the antenna a certain way, but you will get it.
It sounds funny when you say, like when I say it out loud, like all this, but.
Here's the thing. I don't even feel like that's it. I feel like you have 2 or 3 more that you're going to remember as we go on. It's going to get worse.
I think I hit them all. So who knows? Maybe I'll remember some more. Again, I'm guessing because it's a new thing, they're testing it out, and before they go wider with this stuff. Yeah. So I don't know, but so anyway, here, go read it, make it successful, folks, and then they'll because I actually have people in overseas who want to read it, but they can't. So, all right. Oh, look, I've read every installment and barely put a dent in my free tokens yet. Thank you, Scorpio. There you go. Great, man.
There you go. Yeah.
Tomorrow afternoon, I think it takes Amazon probably will have it up, Scorpio, if you want to read the new episode. Episode 10, actually, is what's going to come up tomorrow. All right, folks. All right, there you go. That was our little Amazon tangent. But for any of you content creators out there, good to know, I guess. All right, here's the next super geeky question. Hey, it's October, my favorite month because I love Halloween, my favorite holiday. Looks like Brianna does too. From her little dance, Halloween dance she just did. What's your go-to movie for Halloween? That is our question, folks. We want to hear your answers in the chat. Jason, what's your go-to movie? Like you always want to watch around Halloween or during October.
Oh God, I have so many. I'm a Jason guy. I always have been. And sad fact is,
your name is Jason.
I was going to say, well, yes, we know that. Thank you.
Friday the 13th guy.
There you go.
The sad thing is, one of the ones we haven't watched is the worst one, and that's the one. That's the one Bree wants to watch. Is Jason Goes to Hell, a Jason movie in which Jason almost does not appear, and it's terrible.
Sir, not appearing in this film, Jason.
It's so
really?
bad.
I didn't know he's barely in that one.
He possesses other people in that one, so he's not
still there.
Jason. Like he's there in spirit.
Random actors playing Jason.
Well,
so it's like
I think an interesting idea though, trying to do something new, I guess, with it, right?
I get it's the 9th one. I guess they're trying, but it's like that's not why I'm showing up, man. Like they got the series back in form on Jason 10, where he goes to space, though. That's
true. That one's amazing.
That's in space.
It's actually really good. It's better than it sounds.
Good.
How many have there been? Now? Is that?
Well, we don't count the reboot, obviously, because that was garbage. I do count Freddy versus Jason, so 11.
Oh, so Freddy versus Jason was after the Jason in space?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jason in space, technically, Freddy versus Jason is a prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a prequel? Is that what you said?
Technically,
it comes
because
after 9, because Freddy's hand comes out at the end of I know the movie. The thing is, I know every beat of this movie that we're going to watch.
Well, then why do we have to watch it?
Because it's the only one I haven't seen in full. So Freddy's hand comes up and grabs the Jason mask at the end of the Jason Goes to Hell movie. And then that's when the Freddy versus Jason movie takes place right after that. And then Jason goes into outer space.
And then 14 years later, we got that Freddy versus Jason movie we were all waiting for. I remember.
Wait, it took 14 years?
Dude, it took way longer than that. Okay. This is from the 80s, Bree, so just zone out.
Excuse me, this is about horror movies. I'm in.
No. I remember reading the Sega Visions magazine. Anybody who got the Genesis Sega Visions, and they were talking about, it's like, yeah, man, this movie's a done deal. We're going to make it. I remember reading a paragraph about it in that. That must have been like 1989, 1990, some nonsense. Like, ugh.
There were so many cool, like, I love the movie we ended up getting, but there were so many cool things. Like, they wanted to have Pinhead involved. They wanted to have Ash from Ash vs. the Evil Dead involved. And it's so sad that because of copyright nonsense, we didn't get the coolest movie in the world. We got a very cool movie, but not the coolest one in the world.
Okay.
I'm a Freddy girl, so that was a great movie for Jason and I to watch because I really like the Nightmare on Elm
Jason, you're a
Street.
Jason guy.
Yeah. What about yourself?
So yes. So that's Freddy is your go-to then, Brianna?
I think my go-to for Halloween is actually Trick or Treat. Have you ever seen it?
No. Is a horror movie?
It's a horror movie. It's a horror anthology, which immediately makes me happy because I love anthology movies. And it very much is about the night of Halloween, and it's 3 different stories that all take place in the one town, and then an overarching story as well. So I really like it. It's a fun one. I love anthology movies. The Mortuary Collection was also really good, and I also like Tales from the Hood. I like all of them.
So Tammy, by the way, says, I've only seen Jason Lives one because we won a movie night in boot camp and we had to see what was playing at the base theater. Okay.
Jason Lives is fine. It's fun. It's a good popcorn film.
Which one's Jason Lives? Is that the one with the psychic girl?
Jason Lives, I think, is the semi-reboot one where a guy comes in. It's not Jason. I think it's 6, 5. I forget. It's one of the not great ones. But it's still better than Jason Goes to Hell. Can I? Okay,
Yes.
real quick. A friend of mine brought this. I need to ask you guys a question. So Jameson, friend of ours,
Yes.
brought this up in conversation the other day. Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Okay,
That's my choice. That's my choice right
Okay.
there. Hocus
Okay.
Pocus. That's my go-to. I love that movie. By the way, I'm not a big horror fan at all, but so I like the the fun. I don't know. I love that movie. I always have. It's so much fun. It's great.
My wife loves Hocus
I've been to
Pocus.
Salem many times on Halloween, actually. So it's and actually Tammy, I know, said in the chat. That's one of her choices as well. Is Hocus Pocus.
Jameson actually used to be. He lives in Boston. He used to be a tour guide at like the Salem witch stuff, like all that good stuff, right? So he brought up that Hocus Pocus is essentially the Three Stooges, like their personalities match up and everything, which makes me wonder, which is the sexy stooge?
Because the Sarah Jessica Parker, you mean?
Yeah, like which stooge can you see serenading children in a corset? Like which one? Is it Larry? Is Larry the sexy one?
None of them.
Well, okay, we know it's not Shemp, right? Okay, but like Brie, I'm guessing you're a curly guy.
This goes right over my head. I've never
I'm trying to
seen
even. I was
any
never a big
Three
Three Stooges either.
Stooges, anything.
Mo is kind of the leader.
Mo's
Yeah,
the leader.
yes.
I know that.
Yeah, but
Curly's
Mo
the
is-
bald one, or no?
Curly's the bald one, yes.
And then Larry's the crazy hair one.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I mean, I think
Maybe
he's
Larry.
I guess
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, like he's the middle one, right? Because like he's not the goofy one and he's not the leader, so it's got to be Larry.
Well, that's upsetting. Anyway,
Yeah, I never put that together with the Hocus Pocus and the Three Stooges, but
I didn't either. And then he said it's like,
interesting.
oh god,
I guess
like
they were watching it and like he noticed and just said it to his wife.
Tammy, yes, this is what my co-host Francis always has to say this when we talk about Hocus Pocus. A virgin lit the black candle, because he always says how the virgin is like a million
They
times.
really focus on his virginity in that movie. They really want that 16-year-old to feel bad that he hasn't boned down yet.
wasn't he like 13 or 14? Like he was like
No, he
looks-
was like around 16 probably.
was he?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
loser.
His sister was like 12. And like, yeah. So I
Yeah, 'cause he-
love Hocus Pocus. It's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
movie.
And they're shooting the sequel right now.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little excited.
I don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about that.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
If you're gonna dig into
did.
something,
They did a book sequel, which I actually read.
Oh.
I have, which was pretty good.
Elle bought that.
You had that too?
No, I haven't read it, but Elle offered to let me read it, and I was like, yeah,
Oh.
I want to read that at some point.
Yeah, it was actually this is the one I got. It was a combination of the first telling the first movie, which they did a really good job of, and then a new sequel. It was about the kids of now I'm forgetting all their names, but you know the guy and the girl he likes. They
Right,
get together,
right.
right?
Yeah,
They get
yeah,
together.
yeah.
They have a
Zachary
daughter.
Banks is the only name you need to remember. So
Right,
Binks.
Oh,
Binks.
I hope. I don't know. It really wouldn't make sense, I guess, but I hope Binks comes back just because of whatever.
Right? Yeah, but like also he had a really happy ending
He
with his
did,
sister.
so that's why it
it'd be
wouldn't make sense
sad.
for him to come back at all.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a new cat and somebody else.
Maybe a new cat.
Let me see here. Let me get some chat answers here for this. Their go-to Halloween movie. Besides Hocus Pocus, Tammy says Halloween Town series, which I want to watch those for the first time this year because I've never seen them.
You've never seen them?
No,
Oh
I've
my
always
god,
wanted
they're
to.
amazing.
And I actually went to Disney Plus. I added all to my list. I didn't realize there was actually 4 of them, which is,
I haven't seen the fourth one. I've seen the first 3.
yeah, the 4th, I guess, seems like it was like a return to or something like later
Mm-hmm.
on. Yeah. And The Wizard of Oz. Oh, that's a good choice, Tammy. I didn't think about that one. That's a great, actually, Halloween movie.
Oh god, Return to Oz would be a
Return to Oz. Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
did they make that movie?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's so
seen
spooky. So
It's
like
really weird.
it's
and
based on the
janky.
books, and like the main villain lady takes off her face and like
Do you remember The Craft?
yes.
The
Yes,
witch
I've
movie?
actually seen The Craft.
So Fairuza Balk, who was the lead in that, is like a young girl, and she's playing like it's so weird. It's so off-putting and odd.
She might take off her whole head, the villain. She might have just like a room full of heads.
Yeah, she had a collection of heads in glass.
Yeah, and she would just put different ones on. Yeah. And like her partners are this weird steampunk guy and like a guy with a pumpkin head, which makes it very Halloween-like. He has like a big jack-o'-lantern face, and it's so spooky and great. Everyone should watch it. It's a literal sequel that like Disney was. Did Disney co-sign that? I do not think so. No,
because it's a property that anyone can do something. Well, like the movie starts out with Dorothy getting electroshock treatment. So,
yeah, so you know it's gonna be dark.
Yeah, not super Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll mute my mic and then I will keep talking. Then we got Scorpio says, loves horror comedies. My go-to is The Babysitter.
Oh, that's a good one.
The sequel was fine, but the first one was really good.
Jalou says Disney's Coco.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't watched it yet.
But yeah, that looks cool. I can see the Halloween idea there. Rocky Horror, Sleepaway Camp movies, Halloween, the Kaz says.
I love Sleepaway Camp. At least the first movie. The other ones, they're good, bad movies.
In Sleepaway Camp, are they teenagers? Are they college students? What are they?
Okay, so they're like preteens. The majority of the cast is like preteens, teenagers.
Oh, so it's not. So there's no sex going on or anything.
Oh, I wish there wasn't any sex going on or anything.
They're preteens. Totally what the hell?
So you don't know.
I thought this was like a teenage. Yeah, people had sex and they get killed or something. I don't know. That's what's going on.
So they're like, I'd say 14, 15 is the median age of this camp. Though there are children and they do kill the children, which is bold.
Wonderful.
The meme is the ending. And if you've heard about anything about Sleepaway Camp, it's that Angela has a penis. No?
No, I have not heard that actually. No.
That's the grand reveal. And it has aged poorly. But for the time, like it's a really fun movie. The acting is super corny. There's some great lines like eat shit and die, eat shit and live. It's fantastic, and Jason and Elle didn't appreciate it enough. And I have a recording of their reactions.
Do you know when someone has a really ugly fucking dog and they go, look how cute it is, and you go, ew. Like that's basically what Sleepaway Camp is. Bree presented this to us. Like it's so quirky and silly. It's like, this is terrible, and I want to be
It's really dark.
Else.
But okay. Can I just spoil a movie that's like 30, 40 years old? Okay.
I mean, you did.
So the very first, I gave away the ending already, but everyone knows the ending, except for the people who didn't. Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
The very first kill, immediately they build this guy up as a fucking creep. He's creeping on these children. He's a chef, and he calls them baldies. Like, it's really gross. He's a gross pedophile. And they do some practical effects on this guy as they boil his face that are beautiful. And it's like, perfect. I want that pedophile to die. And he had the best fucking, like, the effects were so cool. I really like practical effects. And like, they put a tube up his face so that there was like a boil that was like pulsing. It's so cool. I like that kind of stuff. So I could see why maybe it wasn't Jason's bag, but like.
No, I love practical effects. That was not my problem with Sleepaway Camp. It was everything that happened, the hour and a half that happened around those 30 seconds of his face boiling, everything else. That was my problem.
I think it's good. It's good for its time.
The cast says the first Sleepaway Camp was filmed about 10 miles from him. That also means it's not super far from me because he's not that far from me. Interesting. By the way, Tammy says Harpo is the sexy Sarah Sanderson sister. Because they both have blonde, I guess. All right.
There you go.
And then Chaz says Curly, if you remember correctly, was the ladies' man in real life. So he thinks Curly should be the, I guess, the sexy one.
I've never thought about any. Yeah, that's.
Tammy also loves The Worst Witch with Rosa Balk and Tim Curry. All right. Oh, and The Housekeeper from Back to Life.
Oh, okay. Actually, Curly, outside of his Three Stooges face, he was a fairly attractive gentleman.
I know nothing about the Three Stooges beyond black and white reruns when I was a child. But, like, I bet there's a lot I bet there's a lot of information about them. It's like now I'm afraid to look it up. Like now, like, oh, terrible philanderers. They just weird 30s facts.
Hannah says, bit of a strange one, but I usually watch the original Highlander for Halloween. Hey, Highlander's great. I don't think that's weird at all. Why wouldn't you want to think about having duels and cutting people's heads off on Halloween, right?
I wish that's how we settled problems. Just a sword fight. Just like that's.
Folks, by the way, if there's actually supposed to be a new Highlander coming with Henry Cavill playing the lead.
Ooh.
I watched that. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is he just looking for roles now? It's like, look, I learned all this shit for The Witcher.
He's everything.
He's
literally in everything. Yeah. best Geralt though in Witcher, man. Like, dude, that was the thing. Like, I thought he was like totally the wrong choice, and I was like, oh fuck, he's Geralt.
Amazing.
He's Geralt.
I want him to be a good Superman, and they're just not making the Superman movies I want to see. But that's not Henry's fault.
I'm with you. We've talked. No. Yeah, that's not his fault. No, not at all.
It's not his fault.
Oh, cool. Hannes will watch that as well. Excellent. All right, folks. There we go. You can keep sharing your go-to Halloween movies. Yeah, all right. So I got to work in the 4 Halloween town before Halloween, but I still got time. I got a couple weeks.
The second one's my favorite, but I need to rewatch them and see if it's just because I saw it the most or if it's actually the best.
So are they? Tammy actually says the 4th one has a different actress. I didn't realize this, so it's kind of not canon.
Yeah, the 4th, I did hear that. I know that the 4th one had a different actress.
Playing the same role, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like they just recast her.
Does she start in high school or even below that, junior high in the first one?
I think she's in high school in the first one, or right at the end of junior high, because she has a younger brother who looks like he's probably in junior high.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. No face spoiling in those either, so that'll be good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
There should have been some face boiling. I think I'd argue for some boiling.
Disney loves doing that. So, all right, here, folks, we're gonna do our last game of the night. UGC Ultimate Geek Championship. This is where you're gonna give us pairings in the chat. So throw in some fictional characters who you want to see versus each other. So like, I don't know, Indiana Jones versus Wolverine. That'd be a weird one. So that's just the 2 things that came to my head. Anyway, but throw any kind of pairings you want, and we will debate who would win in the battle. Oh my God, you got.
I have a versus shirt on. Yeah, it's a bunch of Junji Ito characters, if you know.
Is that a manga
Weeb
or anime?
Stuff. It's weeb stuff.
Yeah, it's manga.
Manga,
this is from Into the Spiral, which is Uzumaki, and this one is from Gyo.
The shark is from
Gyo, which is about a bunch of sea animals that come to life because of gas in their body and robots. I'm not a huge fan of that one, but I like most of the stuff he's done.
All right, first one. Indiana Jones versus Han Solo, 2 Harrison Ford roles.
Ooh.
Who do you think would win? Anybody can go?
So do they get their traditional weapons in this? Because I feel like Han Solo has a big leg up.
Well, he's got a blaster, but it depends on who's the better marksman, I suppose, right?
Yeah, because there's also that whole thing where like the guy does the swords at Indiana Jones, then Indiana Jones just shoots him.
They both like to shoot first.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. It's like, who's going to make the joke first? Let's go. Let's do it.
There you go. It's done. Now who would win?
I feel like Han's the better quick draw artist, right? Like he's got to be like, okay, the scene in the bar, like all fucking jokes aside, right? Boom, that's it. Whereas the only time that Indiana Jones uses a gun is the funny sword thing. He's like, oh fuck this, boom.
Oh,
but
shit,
he's taking his time.
That is the only time, isn't it?
Yeah, like he's not really I don't want to say he's not a killer because he is, but like not like a.
I also think like the way Han's characterized, he doesn't really care about like having a fair fight, whereas I think Indiana Jones cares a little bit more about a fair fight. Not a lot, but a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm leaning more towards Han Solo as well, though, in this one.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it's good contest. I mean, if it got down to just melee without guns, I actually might go with Indy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He has more experience like bare knuckled fighting.
Yeah.
He always gets in those bar brawls, you know. Oh boy! All right, listeners, mate, I'll do it just for you. Like he loves his green women. I can't complain about that. I actually love green women too. She-Hulk versus the Orion slave girls from Star Trek. Interestingly, though, for anybody who watched the show Enterprise, which is an often maligned Star Trek, but
I haven't seen that one, so I'm on the memory alpha again.
I thought it was like mediocre. They reveal in that the Orion slave girls were actually the ones behind the Orion Syndicate. They were actually running the whole thing. Yes, and the males were actually under them, really. So that was an interesting twist they revealed.
Star Trek loves like doing that gendered thing where it's like it's actually the woman. Like they really liked that one. I could think of like 2 other times.
Was Enterprise the one with the
Scott Bakula?
Yeah. The theme song. It's like it's been a long time. Like it's very. Oh wow! Yeah.
I can't wait. Last time I did it, like I screwed my voice up.
Oh yeah.
No, it's been a long. No, all right. I'm gonna defend it every show. I'll defend it.
I call it secretary rock. It's the kind of stuff you hear in like a dentist's office, you know? Like it's you know.
All right, hang on. I'm sorry. It's in my contract, my own contract, that I have to defend this every time someone. Because everybody.
Okay, Sleepaway Camp is mine, and we just fell into that. Because
everybody, I get it. Everybody like this is this. Most people don't like it because it's not instrumental, and they were used to that, and I get it. Number one, the song existed before Enterprise. It was written by Diane Warren. Diane Warren is one of the great songwriters, in my opinion. She wrote so many hit pop songs for people. But what I really like about it is if you listen to the lyrics and watch the opening credits, it actually fits everything that's going on with Enterprise. Even the opening line, it has been a long road getting from there to here. And they show like all the space program stuff.
I do like the way that you said it has been a long road.
It has. But I feel like the lyric.
Many levels.
I feel like it fits like as you watch, like, because the whole thing is it's the birth of exploring into space and warp drive and stuff, right?
Right.
That's like what the show really is. So I don't know. For me, it always worked because of that reason, because I feel it fit. And I love the song actually too. I think it's great. I love those kind of pop songs.
I only haven't watched it because I haven't caught up to it
Tammy is a
yet,
secretary,
so.
by the way, Jason.
And I mean, no disrespect. I mean, it's just it's kind of benign, offensiveless like music that you'd hear in the background. Like it's like, yeah, it's Rod Stewart. What are you gonna do? Like,
hey, now he's dissing Rod Stewart too. Oh boy.
I'm not dissing. I'm saying,
hey, just as long as you don't go after Bryan Adams, then I'm really gonna have a problem.
Okay. I'll put it this way. It's the same station that wouldn't play any Aerosmith except I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Armageddon. That's the same level of like,
that's the one song I really don't want to hear from Aerosmith, actually.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But
it's
that
like,
maybe probably is more because I hate the movie so much. That's probably more of that. The song actually isn't that bad. And Brianna's always like, what are these songs you guys are talking about?
Yeah, no, it's all going right over my head. I'm mostly just looking at the Aryan slave girls and being like, nah, She-Hulk would kick their asses.
Okay, thank you for getting us back on track.
Yeah, you're right. No, she would swamp them.
By the way, Tammy loves it though, and Licious Nate wants you to sing it. He likes that. Okay. But yes, I'm with you with She-Hulk. She-Hulk wins. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
Even if it's 3-on-1, it's just like...
forget it. There's always 3 of them. You're right. There's always 3 for some reason. Orion slave girls.
That's every picture.
Then sue them about it somehow. Like just.
I broke my heel on your butt.
On your butt.
We're back to
you
the
were
BDSM
shaking your butt
thing.
too much. Yeah. No. I see what pictures you were looking at. You were looking at some fan DeviantArt probably. Stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay, good. It was the last Trek he really liked. Gets a special place in his heart, Scorpio. That's nice to hear, Scorpio.
Yeah.
All right, next. Oh, wait, we got some more Ultimate Geek Championships here. Oh, this is an interesting one. Superman versus the Silver Surfer from Scorpio.
That doesn't.
Now, I don't.
Off the top of my head, that doesn't feel fair.
See, here's the thing. I probably don't know enough about the Silver Surfer, but the Silver Surfer actually is super powerful, I believe, right?
He has the power.
He has cosmic power, right? He has cosmic power.
Yeah, if we're going with the version of Silver Surfer that's Galactus's Herald, yes, but then he breaks free and he's slightly less powerful in some iterations.
But he probably could match up pretty well, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Like
I almost might go with Silver Surfer on that one. Because he also doesn't have a weakness, really, right? Like Superman does.
I mean, he
doesn't need the sun either, right?
No.
So he could take Superman into space somewhere.
Well, Superman
way away.
Right? Yeah, and
like,
there's a rule about like it's in his blood cells, so the yellow sun he'd have to be away for a long time. It's a whole thing.
Okay, so he have to like hang out with Superman.
Jason's a Superman expert, by the way.
I'm not an expert. I'm just a fanboy.
Good to know. Good to know. So if he kept him away long enough, he would be good.
Yes, I guess if that's they need a reason to fight. I don't know why they'd fight, but yeah. But I mean, maybe like I'm going. Most of what I know about Silver Surfer is like Silver Age comics. My dad had dozens and dozens, and I read a ton of that. And the second Fantastic Four.
I was gonna say I most know him from the Fantastic Four movie, and he didn't seem super powerful.
Yeah, but Galactus.
There was a big cloud falling behind him.
He did not,
and it was so lame.
Mainly, he was just to talk to Sue Storm in that movie, is what he was.
Yeah.
But it was Lawrence Fishburne doing the voice, so I did enjoy that. Silver Surfer.
Oh wow! I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Superman. Just that's my gut instinct is Superman.
All right, I'll go Silver Surfer just to be different. And I like the cosmics power. Okay, who is Hannah said? Who I know Geralt, of course, a review from Witcher. Who's Darmok?
Darmok is a character from.
Wait,
Darmok's a character from our show, so he's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not really fair, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about Darmok.
Demented, demonic warlock who is absolutely insane and murdered a ton of women in search of his wife that left him. So he basically captured. That was Jadzia.
That was Jadzia.
Yes,
that was Jadzia. She went and found a hunkier tiefling to hang out with because she didn't like the torture.
So he stayed in the same town and captured anyone who kind of looked like her, and then would chase them around in a hedge maze and murder them, and then bury the bodies, and then look for another woman who looked like he was really messed up. And then
I'm gonna go with Geralt just because I feel this guy has to die immediately.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: Darmok does later become a demon lord. So
yeah, but that's Geralt's whole thing is like hunting down monsters.
True, yeah,
and studying them. Like that's I give it to Geralt.
The narrative says he wins. Like that's how that works. Yeah.
All right, this is a fun one from Tammy. Snap, Crackle, and Pop versus Frodo, Sam, Pippin, and Merry, the Hobbits.
Well, are they making breakfast or second breakfast?
I mean, that's
cute.
Good point. Do Snap, Crackle, and Pop know about second breakfast? And is the cereal still? It's probably not going to be popping at that point, right? Because it gets Rice Krispies doesn't last that long if you have milk in it.
Can I be honest? Like, I give it to the Hobbits just because Rice Krispies isn't any good unless you add sugar.
That's true.
I agree with you. I have to add sugar to it. I agree with you. Okay, we're giving it to the Hobbits then. Even though I kind of wanted to give Snap Crackle about
unless it's Cocoa Krispies, then that's a whole new conversation.
But wait a minute. I love Rice Krispie treats though, so I gotta get Snap Crackle Pop.
Yeah,
but that's a lot of help from the marshmallow industry. Those elves didn't do that.
Yeah, but they're on the box. It's Rice Krispie treats. Those guys are on the box. They would give them to the Hobbits. The Hobbits would be obsessed with these. They'd never tasted these before. They would just keep eating them.
That's fair.
And then they would like bop them over the head.
Yeah, they like shitty dry bread. They don't.
Hobbits are not hard to defeat. Anyway.
I don't know. The Hobbits have them outnumbered though.
Yeah, but like Merry and Pippin are like one person really.
Yeah, but like.
And
they work
actually,
really well
they're
together.
cool. I actually like Merry and Pippin the best. But Samwise he's just going to be like, oh, Mr. Frodo.
Look, he's the one who would fall for the treats for sure. But like. Frodo would keep him on
Samwise? You mean Samwise would fall for the treats?
He would be the one to fall for the treats and probably get popped on the head. But I feel like
Frodo might be. Frodo may not, though. You're right. He may be clever enough not to.
Yeah. If he could resist the ring for 3 movies, I think he could resist
that'd be hilarious, actually.
Treat.
He resists the ring, but then he falls to the right. If Sauron just used Rice Krispie treats, he would have defeated them. All right, we've got Darkwing Duck versus Count Ducula, 2 characters I love.
Count Ducula was a British cartoon
about
a duck. Was it?
I thought you were trying to fool. I thought you were trying to fool her.
No!
Count Ducula is Daffy Duck as a vampire duck in Looney Tunes.
No, Count Ducula was a show. It was absolutely a show. It was about a duck who drained the juice from carrots. I swear to God.
Wait, okay. Count Ducula was definitely Daffy Duck as well.
I don't know. Now we need
Brianna's
a
researching for
answer.
us. Researching for us. Listeners, which one did you mean?
British animated comedy horror television series, which is way too many things to put in front of the word television series.
I remember because it was on Nickelodeon before they had the rights to any good stuff.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes up for Count Ducula.
Oh, wait, it is. Holy shit. Let me see here.
We just ruined Jeff's life.
Everything I thought I knew.
Oh, fuck. No, I totally remember this. I totally remember this now that I've seen it. I've totally misplaced. Oh my God, good job, man.
There's a little. I don't know about good. Again, I don't know how to play the piano, but fucking Count Ducula's up here.
Oh my God, I guess for some reason
Benicula's the one who drained carrots. I
associated him with Taffy Duck for some reason. Yeah, it's a duck who's vampire.
I think Count Ducula eats tomatoes or something. It's it was a kid show.
I do remember watching this now that I've seen him now. Yes.
Yeah, he's got a big lurch, butler guy, I think. And there's a little rap song that plays for him.
He's holding a carrot and one thing.
Is he? Oh, is that a carrot?
But I don't know. Well, that's a carrot who looks like he wants to eat him. So I don't know if that's what he usually eats. Actually.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a villain. I don't know. I'm just looking at images that have pop up here.
All I know is there are 2 audiobooks.
What?
I'm very confused.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to go with Darkwing Duck because by the way, Darkwing Duck is the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when there's trouble, you call DW. So
Hey, nice job, Brianna. There you go.
I know that one. That one was my childhood.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
The Darkwing Duck was such the better cartoon. So Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, this vampire is vegan.
Yeah,
they're a vegetarian vampire duck.
Yeah. And Pierce says he was on Nickelodeon. Okay, that's where it was.
Yeah, it was before they got Looney Tunes and stuff. It was that, and you can't do that on television. End of list. And the rest of it was Lassie. Shit.
It was a spinoff of Danger Mouse. I watched Danger Mouse. Okay.
Was it? I didn't even know that.
Nice. All right, cool. I do like that, by the way. Chaz said Snap, Crackle, and Pop are probably Faye. I can see that. That's probably true. All right. Well, hey, Hannes. Thank you so much for spending your early morning with us. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, thank you for supporting Jason and Brianna. Hopefully, by the way, feel free to come back anytime. Though, tune in, subscribe to us. I'd love to have you. All right, you know what? I think the duck is a good one to stop. There's a lot of other. Thank you for all these other great ones, but the duck battle is a good place to stop.
Duck battle.
Always stop at a duck.
I thought you were supposed to stop at the goose.
Is that?
That was a really bad joke about Duck Goose.
I see what you're going for.
Thank you. Okay. It was bad.
I see what you were going for.
That's good. All right. No, well done.
The best jokes are the ones you got to explain.
Yeah. Those are the when you're like, hey, yo, I'm the thing. Hey, yo, hey.
Hey,
don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
No, I do not actually. All right, folks. So, DNRpodcast.com, Dungeons and Randomness is the podcast you can find Jason and Brianna at. Lots of 400 episodes, I think you said, right? Or around that, right?
Yeah, we don't like to focus on that because that scares people away.
Sorry.
You don't have to worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Tune in. And then
you can just tune in anytime because every arc is new, so you can just jump in. Totally new. Yeah, don't let that overwhelm you. But if you really love it that much, think about how many you can watch and listen to.
That's true. Yes.
Because think of it like Netflix almost. If you love it that much, look at how many seasons you can binge.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a trucker and you just need someone to talk at you for 14 hours a clip, we got you covered.
Nice. All right, cool. And DNR Podcast on Twitter for Jason, at Hex Maniac Marie for Brianna. Please check them out and follow them there. Remember, folks, we are supergeekedup.com. You can find the Super Knocked Up Vela series there that I mentioned. We also do we have in the past gaming streams and how to play videos with the Fate system and Action Movie World and stuff like that. Francis, remember, who is under the weather, unfortunately, today, but sinceresarcasm.net, check out his online friend simulator podcast over there. And remember, folks, patreon.com/supergeeked. Big thanks again to Jason for during the show pledging, and to all you out there who are supporting us. We really appreciate it. If you are supporting us, hey, remember, right after we end this show, go over to that site and you can tune into After Hours and see more with Jason and Brianna. And we're going to do that. Just go to the patreon.com/supergeekedup. Hit the refresh button in a few minutes, and the link should be up there. But thank you guys so much. Thank you to Jason and Brianna. Thank you guys for being awesome. And
thank you for having us.
Of course, it's always great. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We really appreciate it. Thank you to the new viewers. Thank you to everybody returning. Thank you if you're watching in post. Please feel you can always leave your comments in the comment section of YouTube. I'll read and respond to all those. And that's it, folks. So again, we will be back next week, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. After that, we'll be off for a week, but then we'll be back with a bunch of new episodes. So don't worry, just a quick break. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.